I don't cook.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jess with the most, your host of the YouTube channel Battery, and today is a special day. Today, I'm actually taking time out to sit with a cancer survivor. Being a cancer survivor myself, this month, month of October, is a special month. This month is Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to actually dive in, share stories, share survival mode, and actually encourage every one of you out there battling right now this disease. So without further ado, let me introduce my guest. My special guest on today is Toria Wood. Yeah. Thank you very much. I've been knowing Toria for years, and unfortunately our lives had both encountered challenges, which makes this episode a topic of survival. How you been doing?
I've been doing good.
Got a long time no see.
Yes, I know.
Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer, but most of the audience know already that I never, ever, I'm serious about anything. But today I will, because it requires a lot of my attention. And because it's dear to my heart, I want to make sure I give it its due honor. So I wanted to sit down with you and have a conversation because it's Cancer Awareness Month, as you know, to share our stories, share our topics, share our losses, share our challenges when it comes to this month. So let me ask you, how are you doing, number one, and how it has been since the last time we talked superficially about cancer?
First of all, thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Yeah, really good. Since the last time we talked about it, I went through a lot. I've been dealing with a lot, but we're still here. We're still here, and that's you can't ask for no more than that.
That's the most important thing, is being here. So let me just dive into a lot of questions, and part of these questions are more informative, for the audience out there, and to share a lot of the information that we will still basic an experience I've gone through. What type of diagnosis was made? Like, what type of cancer was the one you had?
Breast cancer, stage 2, and it hit me hard. And stage 2 breast cancer, and 48.
48. Ah, okay. So let's pause there for a second, because, okay, so the reason I want to pause is because a lot of the diagnosis that normally people get diagnosed is people 50 and up. That was years back. Of how long you been diagnosed? What was it, when this change in your life happened?
It was 2017. Like I said, I was 48 years old.
Okay.
I had just got married, too.
Okay. Well, I was diagnosed in 2014, and I was just 38. So, obviously, things have changed, unfortunately. Mine was diagnosed early stage 1. Yours was stage 2.
Stage 2, yeah.
So, as we dive into the conversation, I know the treatment was different. What was your treatment?
Well, I had to do 10 rounds of chemo. It was like a hard tool. And it was, from what I was told, it was like one of the strongest treatments that you can give a person.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so 10 rounds of it.
When they informed you of the diagnosis, how do you felt about it?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Jesse. The first thing came to mind was I'm about to die. That was my first thought. From that moment on, I couldn't think of nothing else but that I was going to die.
Why is that automatically the first thing? Why is it that word itself feels like a death sentence? The moment the doctor comes in and he says, okay, so this is pretty much why I'm kind of going through based on my experience. And go in, right? Because, normal checkup, or in my case, it was not a normal checkup because there was nothing to check up. I went in because of the fact that my breast was leaking blood. So it's not a normal situation.
Right.
So when you go in, they examine you to say, oh, this is not normal. This is not, let's do this procedure. So they do a biopsy. So the biopsy is done. Then they tell you, come back, give you the results, call you in, sit down, and the doctor says, hey, it's cancer. The first thing 95% of people think is a death sentence. And why do we think it's a death sentence?
I felt that way. I mean, I don't really know about everybody, but I know why I felt that way. And that's because cancer, there was no treatments for cancer back in the day. Like, everybody would, if you got cancer, you died. You automatically left. And I think that because my mom actually died of cancer, that was my first thought. I'm gonna die. I'm about to leave here, and there was no cure. Why? So we're very uneducated. We were very uneducated. That's why that was my first thought.
Mental language. That's pretty much what you was going.
Yes.
And it pretty much took a lot to redirect. And I speak, it takes a lot because, as myself, it takes a lot to change your mindset. Like the process. Diagnosis. Okay, automatically they say, okay, these are your options. This is the treatment. This is how long. They're telling you all these things, and automatically, as soon as you are hearing all these things, your mind has to go into survival mode. Like, you don't have time to say, at least I did not have time to say, well, why is this happening? And what am I supposed to do? Because at that point, everybody's life is different. You just got married. I can imagine you was just thinking like, I just got married. I have a life, a future that I planned with my husband ahead of me. And now it's like, you just start thinking it's crumbling. And at age of 38, I'm thinking, well, how is this even possible? But, the only thing I'm thinking about, the doctor saying, we got to get the treatment done. How quickly do you want to do the surgery? Unfortunately, there are different options for everybody based on the diagnosis that they receive and what stage cancer they are in. You have cancer stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. So unfortunately, when we're speaking about cancer, stage 4 is pretty much the no option. For a lot of people, it's just the then sentence that they're hearing when they hear stage 4.
Yeah.
But when you hear stage 2, you were like, okay, these are your options. You went through, you had 10 rounds of the rough keyboard.
Yeah, well, the thing about it, can we just back up just a little bit? Because when we're younger, they tell us to do our own, exams and all this stuff. But when you're young, you don't think about that being important. That's like the last thing that you do. You get in the shower, you take a shower, get out. And they tell us as women to do our own exams.
Yes.
But we really don't do that. So how mine came about is I found it myself. I hadn't went to the doctor. Just doing one day I just decided, you know what? Let me do an exam. While I was in the shower, and I felt something, and it scared me. I hurry up and jet my hand, like, what was that?
Yeah.
Then I still ignored it. And I just kept going, everyday living, doing the stuff. And then probably 3-4 days later, I checked it again. It felt a little bit bigger. And I still ignored it. But because I lost my mom, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not supposed to get no breast cancer. We're not supposed to get cancer. And another ignorant fact that we have is they tell us if your mom have it, then it could skip a generation and get the next generation. Right. Or if it hits the first generation, it'll skip the second generation. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, my mom had it, so it's destined that my sister or I what happened?
Right.
And then when we lost my sister to lung cancer, and I'm thinking, okay, well, she got cancer, so I'm not going to get it. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I could have just balled up in, I never, just balled up in a knot and never came out of the knot I was in. Actually, it's really scary. It is. But there's one key thing I want to say, and I don't know what you did, but one of my problems was I used to keep my cell phone here. Years.
Radiation.
I kept it, yes. No matter where I went, if I went to the store, if I went to the doctor's office, if I went, wherever I went,
Yeah.
in the house, cleaning up on a day-to-day basis, I just kept my phone right here.
Yeah.
And I was told that is
Study.
yeah. Well, from my doctor, she told me that.
Yeah, the studies now are more, the studies are showing more and more now that a lot of the radiation that we are exposing our bodies to is causing harm. So that's one thing that you definitely want to keep in mind. Unfortunately, the highest risk that you're going to run with cancer, especially breast cancer, if it was generation, if it's in the DNA, or because you just don't know at this point. So we definitely want to encourage you to
Definitely.
do your diligent duty, do your self-examination, being as young, based on the studies of the American Association of Breast Cancer. It's starting now at the age of 25. So make sure you are doing your self-examinations. Stay tuned. We're going to pause for a quick second, and we'll be right back.